What's up everybody, Tony here with High Tech Check, and today we're going to be testing out the VISSLP home theater projector. Now this is a native 1080p projector, but it does support 4K inputs. It also comes with a 100-inch fabric screen, but you can project up to a 400-inch picture, and it also comes with a mini tripod. It's got built-in 2.4 and 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi and Bluetooth 5.1 for no lag screen mirroring from any of your devices. It also has 480 ANSI brightness with a 15,000 to 1 contrast ratio. It's got multi-dimensional 6D 4P digital Keystone correction and zoom. It's compatible with iOS and Android, and it comes with a 2-year warranty. So I'm going to go over all the projector's features, show you how good the picture quality is, how good the sound quality is. But first, let's do an overview of the projector and see what you get inside the box. All right, so here we have our accessories. Put that off to the side just for a second. Some quick guides. And it looks like we have another accessory box at the bottom here. And that's pretty much it for the box. Here is the projector itself. So it does have a little bit of weight to it. It is all plastic, but it looks like it's got this really nice shiny look to it. Looks pretty cool. Here we have our manual Keystone and focus wheels. We have our buttons on the top here, our power button, return. I'll have to find out what those buttons are. We have a cover for our front lens. We have our infrared sensor. It does use LEDs, so it will last quite some time. On the back here, we have our infrared sensor and our power port. On the side, this is where we have our fan with the heat dissipation. It looks like we have a USB, 2 HDMIs, 1 AV port in, a headphone jack, and another USB. And on the other side here, it looks like we have some sort of a filter that is removable from the bottom here, which is nice. On the bottom, we have some ports that you can use for mounting in case you want to mount this upside down or something like that on your ceiling. You can do that as well. So that's it for the overview of the projector. So let's go ahead and take a look at the accessories now. So here we have our manual. In this box here, we have our tripod. It's a pretty good size, not bad at all. Seems to be made of a solid plastic. This piece right here with the ball is solid metal, so that'll definitely hold up your projector. Here we have the power cable. We have an HDMI cable. Here's our AV jack that has some composite cables. Here we have a simple remote control. We also have a little height adjustment screw that you can put into the bottom. And then here we have a little Q-tip so you can clean out some of the heat sinks. So now let's take a look at the other box here. And this is the screen. So it comes with a whole bunch of cord for hanging your screen. So here is the screen itself. It is 100 inches, like I said before, and it is made of a fabric. So I'm sure you could stretch this out somewhat, maybe in your backyard or something, to at least project something onto instead of the side of your house. And here is the tripod connected up to the projector. As you can see, it can easily hold the projector's weight and it doesn't take up a lot of space. So that's it for the overview. Now we're going to jump into the projector's features and see how good the quality is. So here I have the projector all hooked up to a tripod that I have because I needed to raise it up just a little more to use the screen that I'm going to be using. And I also have my Xbox and my Fire Stick plugged into each one of these HDMI ports. It also has a standby feature that turns the projector off, but keeps it in a standby mode so it can turn on instantly. So this is turning it on from totally off. If you can hear the fan noise. And now it's playing this little video kind of when it first starts up. So I'd say about 30 seconds it took to boot up, not long at all. And like I said, it has another option to where it can turn the screen off and the projector off and instantly turn on. So here I'm going to put it into standby, just turn the screen off. So the projector is now off, and I'm going to just hit the button to turn it back on and watch how fast it turns on. Hitting the button now. Instantaneous. So that is a really cool option, especially if you don't want to wait every single time for it to boot up. As you can see on the power menu here, we have the option for just the screen off, power off, reboot, companion mode, and the shutdown timer, which is really cool. And I'll show you what each one of these do in just a minute. So the screen I'm using here is about 150 inches. It's not the screen that comes with the unit. I'm just using this to demo the projector. But as you can see, it's got a really nice picture, and there's also quite a few options for this projector as far as changing the pictures, the sound, things like that. And again, I'll show you that in just a minute. So here we are in my basement. All the lights are on, and the brightness is actually not all the way up on the projector, but this will give you some idea of what you can expect from the picture quality and the brightness watching this in a brightly lit room. So this is the home menu, and you can choose your signal source right from here. You can pick your USB, your AV, or both HDMIs. We have Android mirroring, iOS Wi-Fi mirroring, and iOS app mirroring. We have the specifications for the projector, which is actually pretty convenient. It comes with its own built-in user manual, so you don't have to hunt down paper, which is always really nice. We have our sound and picture settings, our corner correction, our companion mode. Again, I'll show you that in just a second. And then we have our settings. This is actually running Android operating system as well. Now, if you take a moment to look and appreciate how straight this picture is, you don't see any bowing in the middle. You don't see any rounding of the corners. It's actually pretty straight. And that's something that you might not see in a lot of other lower end projectors. So that's definitely a plus for this projector. Now, another thing you might notice is that the picture is kind of it's slanted to one side, and that's because I have all the cords and everything hanging off one side of the projector, causing it to kind of be off tilt. So one of the really cool things about this projector is it has the capability of changing the rotation. You can change the corners. It's really cool. There's a lot of different settings, but instead of having to adjust the straightness of the projector on my tripod, you can use it right from the projector. So if we go into our HDMI settings here, we'll go into projector settings, projection rotation, and I'll just do one level over. And as you can see, now the projector is pretty much straight on with my screen. How cool is that? So now if we go back one, as you can see in the settings, we have projector settings, we have our network settings because you can connect this up to your Wi-Fi for the iOS mirroring. We have our Bluetooth settings, you can change themes, there's other settings, and then about the projector too, where you can actually do an online update if there is one for the projector itself. And then here are those different themes. You can change from standard to fresh. I choose the standard just because I like all the options on there. Here are the other settings. Here we have our boot signal input, which is very convenient because every time you turn on your projector, if you're only using one of the inputs, you want it to continuously turn on to that one input, which is really nice. We have our power on mode. We have power on and power on standby. You can turn off the Keystone, screensaver timeout shutdown, language settings, date and time, and our factory restore settings. So here we are back at the home screen. I'll show you that companion mode. This is pretty cool too, especially if you have your projector on a lot. We have an option for a clock mode. We have light and dark. You can put on a wall painting. You can choose different paintings if you want to kind of use it like that. We also have different screensavers you can choose from, and we have our ambient mode. And what the ambient mode is just what it sounds. You can have these different ambient pictures and sounds playing just in the background of your home. Here we're on kind of like a foresty one. Here's a beach scene, so you can look at that beautiful beach and have the wind and the water playing in the background. So that's super cool too. I've never seen that on any other projector I've demoed. And then here we have the corner correction. So here, if your corners aren't straight or it doesn't fit perfectly with your screen, you can actually change each one of the corners here to fit into the side of the screen if you need to. As you can see, the screen's kind of going down. So you can fit it perfectly to your screen, especially if the projector is not dead on with your screen. And you can change each one of the corners, so that's really cool too. Again, we have our sound and picture settings. Here we have our image mode, standard, light, soft, and personal. We have the different color temperatures. You can change the volume. There's a sound mode, standard, music, movie, and personal. You also have a surround sound simulated, which I would definitely recommend you turn on because it sounds so much better with it on, so I have that one on. You also have your shutdown timer and your projector settings. Again, you can change the rotation. You can also zoom in and out. So if the screen is too close, you can always zoom out just like that. You can go up to 50% less. It won't go all the way down to 0, but that is a very cool option. We have vertical correction, horizontal correction, corner correction, and we also have the Keystone correction as well. So pretty much every correction that you could need, you get with this projector, all for around $200. That's crazy. And then again, like I said, the specification just loads up a digital version of the manual. So like I said, you don't have to hunt around for that paper manual if you happen to not have it. So now I'm going to turn off the lights in the room so you can see how bright it actually is. So I've turned all the lights off in the room and you can see how nice and bright it is. The picture looks so much better now, but if you can't have it totally dark, then you at least know what the picture quality looks like in a brighter environment. So now I'm going to demo some video games on my Xbox and play some YouTube videos for you just to demo how good the sound and the picture quality actually are. Another thing you always want to look for when you buy a projector is how even is the focus across the whole screen. And if we look at the whole screen here, typically you want to look in the corners. So we look down at the bottom left here at the Microsoft Rewards, then we'll kind of look up at my username, then we'll look up at the top right corner where the time is, and then at the bottom right hand corner. And as you can see, the focus is even across the whole picture. Again, another rarity for some of the projectors around $200. So that is definitely a huge plus. So focus is great. Picture quality is really good at 1080p. And the uniformity of the lines on each side of the projector are also spot on. So let's go ahead and play some YouTube videos now. Now, one thing I will mention is the picture looks good from kind of further away, but if you're standing close up to the picture like I am here, at this size, it does get a little softer. It's not as sharp, but you're not going to really be standing or sitting this close to the screen. So it's not a big deal. It's just something I wanted to mention. So again, now I'm going to play a YouTube video so you guys can hear and see how good the picture quality is. You can also use the button on the bottom of the microphone to cycle through each static LED color, or you can have it set to cycle through all the colors at once. It also has a 3.5-inch millimeter jack on the bottom of the mic. So that's the picture quality at 1080p, and the sound quality, I don't know if it's going to come through across my microphone, but it can get super loud, and it's definitely good enough for watching videos if you don't happen to have a speaker system connected to the projector. And we're only at 80%. It goes all the way to 100, so it gets really loud. So now I turn the lights back on in the basement just so you guys can see what the picture quality was like on a YouTube video with all the lights on. And the way that you change its functionality is you simply just press once in on the button and it changes from your microphone to your headset volume. It also has the LED. So you can definitely see the difference between a light and a dark environment, but you can at least still see the picture if you're in a brighter environment, but obviously pitch black would be optimal. The picture quality also looks pretty good, and again, you also have the option to choose one of their presets or tweak it on your own, as well as the color temperature. So now if you're curious and you want to know about playing video games on this projector, we're going to play some fighting games and some first-person shooters, and we'll see if there's any input lag. So I didn't notice any input lag playing this game. So now we're going to move on to a first-person shooter, and we'll see there. So I didn't notice any input lag while shooting around in PUBG. There might be some input lag that maybe some hardcore gamers could see, but just for me playing normally, I don't see any input lag, and it seems to be pretty instantaneous. So if you want to play some games with this projector, I think you're going to have a good experience. And the reason why I'm not shooting anybody is because I don't want my video to get demonetized. And then here's the picture quality you can expect in a brighter environment. As you can see, you can still see the picture, but it is a lot washed out. But if you don't have the option of making your room totally dark, then this is what you have to deal with. And the speaker is super loud. Now, one of the other really nice things, especially if you want to use this projector on the go, maybe when you're camping or something, as you can see, the version of the Fire Stick that I'm using is just simply plugged into the USB port on the projector itself, and it's providing enough power to allow you to use the Fire Stick. And then here I have a YouTube video of a nighttime, and then here I have a YouTube video showing the moon in like a dark setting to show you the difference in the contrast ratio. As you can see, you pretty much only see the light showing around the moon. The rest of the screen is pretty dark, so that 15,000 to 1 contrast ratio definitely looks pretty good. Another really cool feature that this projector has is the fact that you can plug in a USB flash drive and you can play videos, look at pictures, listen to music right off that flash drive. So here, as you can see, I have my flash drive connected. These are all the files that are on that flash drive. And here's a MP4 video that I took of my puppy. And as you can see, it is in 1080p. And as you can see, the picture quality looks excellent. And here's the text file that I just opened up directly off my flash drive too. So if you have a presentation to do, you don't even really need your computer. You can just put the file on your flash drive and play it directly from the projector. And then here is the wireless mirroring option that we have for your Android, iOS, or other device. Here I'm using my iPhone 14 Pro Max, and as you can see, I am mirroring what's on my screen onto the projector, and as you can see, there is pretty much no lag. So if you need to look at pictures or text or do something for a presentation, you can do it right from your phone. So here I just opened up a Word document on my phone. Right now you can't see it because we need to zoom in, but again, this is just to show you what you can do without the use of a computer. So if you have a document or something you need to show for a presentation, you can just simply do it like this. So we'll rotate our screen. As you can see, it instantly rotated on the projector, and we'll just zoom into our document here. And if we look at the screen, you can easily see what's in the document. And then here's one of my videos that I'm playing directly from YouTube on my phone. As you can see, we are connected to AirPlay, and that's what's playing on the projector screen right now. So if we push play, you can connect to a mic arm, and if you don't happen to have a mic arm, Wana also sells one of those as well. And as you can see from the video, the audio is perfectly synced up with the video, so there's no delay in me talking and my lips moving. And then here I just wanted to show you what the quality looked like with the lights off. The really nice things that I absolutely love about this microphone, besides the RGB, is the fact that it has two different output types. And then here I just wanted to show you that document one more time with the lights off to show you how good it actually looks. I just rotated the screen and we'll zoom in a little bit. So as you can see, you can easily see what's written in the document on the projector screen. And again, look how smooth it moves from my phone on the projector wirelessly. And like I said before, you can use other devices that have the capability of screen mirroring, like a Windows laptop or a MacBook Pro. Now, in case you're wondering about the minimum distance, you have to have the projector away from whatever you're projecting it on to get a nice clear picture. It's going to be 52 inches. So from the front of the projector to the screen, again, 52 inches minimum to get a nice clear picture, and that will give you about a 41-inch picture. One tip I do want to give you is if you see blurriness in any one of the corners, you don't see a focus uniformity, you're going to want to adjust the keystone, because that can definitely affect your picture. So as you can see, I adjusted the keystone off a little bit. So now the top portion is blurry, whereas the bottom portion is a little less blurry. So if you just happen to adjust that a little bit, put it back into focus, as you can see, everything now is in focus and there's no more blurriness. So that's just a little tip I wanted to give everybody if you are experiencing blurriness on any portion of the screen. Now look at how bright and crisp this picture is. Of course, the closer you have the projector to whatever you're projecting on, it's going to give you a really nice, clear, crisp, bright picture. The further away you move the projector, the less light it's going to project on the screen and the dimmer it's going to be. And the darker the environment is, the less brightness you're going to need. So here I'll turn on the lights so you can see what the difference is when the projector is closer to the screen. So as you can see, we are in a full lit basement, but you can still easily see the screen, and that's because the projector is closer to the screen. Now that I've turned all the lights on, you can definitely see the difference between when we had the picture bigger versus the projector being closer to the screen. You can see the picture much better with the projector closer to the screen in a brightly lit environment. So now we're in the same brightly lit room, but you can definitely see how the picture is less bright with me moving the projector back to where it was before. So here's a really good example of how well that keystone correction works on this projector. As you can see, it's on a very aggressive angle. I don't know anybody is really going to use the projector at this angle, but it's a very good representation of how everything works very well. So with the adjustment of the manual control for the keystone on the projector, as well as the digital control in the projector settings, as you can see, the picture is displayed perfectly in line on the screen and everything is nice and clear. So you can pretty much bet that anywhere you're going to put this projector, you're going to be able to perfectly project the picture on the screen. Another really cool thing you can do is you can connect the projector up to a Bluetooth device, such as an external speaker here. If the projector speaker is not loud enough, or if you want to hook it up to your stereo or something, you can do that. So here I have my Bluetooth speaker. I'm going to play something. You're just going to hear the audio, not see anything, but this is just to show you that it is actually playing right through this Bluetooth speaker. And just so you know that it is the Bluetooth speaker, I have my mic right here on my chest. I'll move the speaker away so you know that it's playing from this Bluetooth speaker. 500 lumens. It's got a 10,000 to 1 contrast ratio. It has, I know it's really loud, I'm sorry. I just wanted to show you that it is actually playing right through this Bluetooth speaker. And you can also control the volume directly from the projector through the Bluetooth speaker as well. Everything fits in there nice and neat. So we'll go ahead and see what we got here. It is a very nice fabric. So that is super loud, but it sounds really good. So here I have the screen that came with the projector mounted, and this will give you some idea of what the quality is like using the screen that came with the projector. Now obviously, if you can buy a projector screen, that would be much better, but this would be good if you were playing videos and such, maybe outside, or if you didn't have another screen, you could still do this. It still gives you a really nice picture, and it's definitely good enough to get you up and going. Now, the reason why you see that little lens flare in the middle of the screen is because I have the screen mounted in front of some glass, so all it's doing is reflecting the projector's light. So this will give you a good idea of what the picture quality is like using the screen when you're in a lit environment like we are here in my bedroom with the ceiling light on. And here's that ambient mode that I showed you earlier. Something really cool that I didn't think of is you could mount the screen on your window and then just pretend you were looking out at some sort of beach scene or something like that. And then to check out the contrast ratio, I'll show you this moon video again. And as far as mounting the screen goes, the screen does have 6 holes for mounting, and it does stretch. So if you need to stretch it a little bit across where you're going to be mounting it, you can make it really tight so there are no wrinkles in the screen. So I would definitely put this projector up there with some of the best projectors that I've ever tested in the $200 range. Which features did you like most about this projector, and which features are most important to you when you're looking to buy a projector? Let me know in the comments below. This projector has a lot of really good things going for it and has a lot of really excellent features that are going to help you get the most out of the projector as well as get the best picture possible. And if you guys like the projector and you want to pick one up yourself, I will be putting a link in the video description below. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that little notification bell to let you guys know when I put out new videos. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.